Have you ever sat at your dinner table looking at a plate of vegetables and feeling proud that you're making a healthy choice, only to discover later that those very foods might be silently damaging your kidneys? My name is Dr. Johnny, and I need you to hear me clearly. You can lose nearly 90% of your kidney function and still feel perfectly fine until it's too late. Your heart warns you when it's in trouble. Your lungs cry out when they're failing. But your kidneys, they stay silent, hiding the damage until the clock is almost out. That's what makes kidney disease so dangerous. It doesn't announce itself with pain or obvious symptoms. It creeps in quietly, and by the time you realize something is wrong, the damage is often permanent. And here's the part most people never even think about. Not every vegetable is safe. In fact, some of the so-called superfoods you've been told are healthy can actually overload your kidneys with potassium and oxalates, quietly pushing them closer to failure. But don't panic, because there's hope. Just as some vegetables are harmful, others are powerful protectors, foods that can lower stress on your kidneys, fight inflammation, and give your body the chance to heal. And in today's video, I'm going to guide you through both sides of this truth. The 5 vegetables you should avoid if you care about your kidneys, and the 5 vegetables that can act almost like natural medicine. So lean in and listen closely, because what I'm about to share may completely change the way you see your dinner plate. And to start, let's talk about one food you've probably always believed was one of the healthiest choices of all: tomatoes. At first glance, they look harmless, bright, juicy, even celebrated as one of the healthiest foods on earth. For most people, that's true. But for anyone with kidney problems, tomatoes can quietly become a dangerous trap. I once had a patient who swore by tomato juice every morning. He thought it was helping him detox, but his lab results told a darker story. His potassium levels were climbing to dangerous heights. Here's why this matters. A medium tomato contains around 290 milligrams of potassium. Sounds fine, right? But when you process those tomatoes into sauce, paste, or juice, that number skyrockets. Just 1 cup of tomato sauce can easily pack more than 1,000 milligrams of potassium, half the safe daily limit for many kidney patients. And when your kidneys can't filter that excess potassium, builds up in the blood. Doctors call it hyperkalemia. What it really means is muscle weakness, skipped heartbeats, and in severe cases, sudden cardiac arrest. The scariest part, you might feel completely fine until the danger strikes. That's why moderation and form matter so much. A few slices of fresh tomato in a salad may be okay, depending on your labs and your doctor's advice. But processed tomato products, ketchup sauces, concentrated juices are the real culprits, delivering far more potassium than weakened kidneys can handle. Controlling portions doesn't mean giving up flavor. It means choosing wisely, protecting your heart, and reducing the silent burden on your kidneys. But just knowing the truth about tomatoes isn't enough, because the next vegetable is even more shocking. It's a comfort food you've probably eaten your entire life, yet it can overwhelm your kidneys in a single serving. Potatoes. They sit on almost every dinner table, baked, mashed, or fried, and for most people, they're the definition of comfort food. But for kidney patients, that comfort can come at a dangerous cost. I remember an older gentleman, a retired carpenter, who loved having a baked potato every night. He thought it was harmless. But one lab check revealed his potassium levels were almost double the safe limit, and he had no idea he was putting his heart at risk. Here's the science. A single medium baked potato carries over 1,000 milligrams of potassium. To put that in perspective, most kidney patients are told to keep their daily intake around 2,000 milligrams. That means just 1 potato covers half the allowance, and pairing it with other high potassium foods can push you over the edge without realizing it. And once potassium overload hits, hyperkalemia takes hold, leading to muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, or worse, sudden collapse. Now, there is a trick people talk about: leaching. You peel the potato, slice it thin, soak it in water for hours, then boil it in a large pot of fresh water. This method can lower potassium but not eliminate it. Even after all that effort, potatoes still remain high risk. And if you're thinking of switching to sweet potatoes, I have to stop you there. They often contain just as much, sometimes even more potassium than regular potatoes. So the smart choice is this: treat potatoes as an occasional indulgence, not a daily habit. Enjoy them, rarely, prepare them carefully, and keep your portions small. That way you protect your kidneys from unnecessary stress while still savoring the flavor once in a while. But here's the twist: if you think avoiding potatoes solves the problem, think again. Because the next vegetable, often praised as a superfood for energy and circulation, hides not one but two silent dangers for your kidneys. Beets. They look vibrant, they taste earthy, and everywhere you go, people call them a superfood. They're praised for boosting circulation and energy, and I know many patients who proudly drink beet juice every morning, thinking they're doing the best thing for their health. But here's the hidden truth for weak kidneys. Beets can quietly turn from hero to villain. Why? Two reasons: potassium and oxalates. First, potassium. A single cup of boiled beets contains around 500 milligrams of potassium. That might not sound terrifying on its own, but stack it with other meals and suddenly you're well past your safe daily limit. And when kidneys can't clear, the excess, hyperkalemia hits, causing fatigue, muscle weakness, skipped heartbeats, and in severe cases, sudden cardiac arrest. It's like adding weight to a bridge that's already cracking. You don't see the danger until it collapses. Second, oxalates. These compounds naturally found in beets bind with calcium in your body and form crystals. Over time, those crystals can grow into kidney stones. If you've ever known someone with kidney stones, you know the pain is excruciating, sharp stabbing in the back, blood in the urine, sometimes requiring emergency care. For someone already struggling with kidney disease, adding oxalates is like throwing fuel on a fire. And beet juice, even worse. It concentrates the potassium and oxalates, turning one innocent glass into a heavy burden your kidneys simply can't handle. So while beets may be fine for the general population, for kidney patients, the risks far outweigh the benefits. The smarter move is to leave beets off your plate and choose vegetables that support your kidneys instead of silently sabotaging them. But only knowing the danger of beets isn't enough, because the next vegetable looks harmless, even pretty on the outside, yet it carries one of the highest oxalate loads of them, all making it a silent nightmare for weak kidneys. Rhubarb. At first glance, it looks almost innocent, those long red and green stalks, often baked into pies or jams. Many people think of it as just another tart vegetable. But for your kidneys, rhubarb is one of the most dangerous foods you can put on your plate. I once spoke with a woman who loved baking rhubarb crisp every spring. She had no idea that every bite was loading her body with oxalates, slowly setting the stage for painful kidney stones. Here's the science. Rhubarb is extremely high in oxalates, far more than most vegetables. When oxalates build up in the body, they combine with calcium and form sharp, tiny crystals. Over time, those crystals can clump together into kidney stones, and once that process begins, the pain is unforgettable. Imagine trying to pass glass shards through your urinary tract. That's what it feels like. And for patients whose kidneys are already weak, even small amounts of rhubarb can trigger inflammation, add stress, and accelerate kidney damage. What makes it worse is that cooking doesn't help. Unlike some vegetables where boiling or soaking reduces the risk, rhubarb's oxalates stay intact. No matter how you prepare it raw, baked or boiled, the danger remains. That means even a small serving can silently add pressure to kidneys that are already struggling. And when inflammation starts, kidney function declines faster, making dialysis or transplants a closer reality. So for people with kidney disease, the safest decision is simple. Keep rhubarb completely off your plate. It's not worth the risk, not when there are plenty of safer vegetables that provide flavor and nutrition without threatening your kidneys. But even removing rhubarb isn't the end of the story, because the next superfood is one you see on every health list packed into smoothies and salads, yet it hides a double danger: sky-high potassium and oxalates that can sabotage your kidneys faster than you think. Spinach and Swiss chard. They've been branded as superfoods loaded with vitamins, fiber, and that deep green color we all associate with health. You'll see them blended into smoothies, tossed into salads, or sautéed as a quick side dish. But here's the hidden truth for kidney patients: these greens can silently do more harm than good. I once treated a man who switched to daily spinach smoothies after reading they were heart healthy. Within weeks, his potassium levels spiked so dangerously that his cardiologist had to rush to stabilize him. Here's why. Spinach and Swiss chard are extremely high in potassium. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach can contain over 800 milligrams. For healthy kidneys, that's manageable. But for weak kidneys, it's like pouring water into an already overflowing glass. The excess potassium lingers in the blood, causing hyperkalemia, leading to muscle weakness, numbness, irregular heartbeat, and in severe cases, sudden cardiac arrest. And that's only half the story. These leafy greens are also packed with oxalates, the same compounds that form kidney stones. For someone already struggling with kidney disease, it's a double assault: too much potassium, stressing the heart, and oxalates fueling stone formation. Smoothies and juices make it even worse, concentrating those compounds into a single glass. What looks like a health boost can actually become a hidden danger. So while spinach and Swiss chard may be great for the general population, for kidney patients, the risks outweigh the rewards. Safer options like cucumbers, cabbage, or red bell peppers deliver vitamins and hydration without the heavy burden. But just avoiding harmful vegetables isn't the whole story, because now comes the part you've been waiting for: the 5 kidney-friendly vegetables that can actually protect, heal, and give your kidneys the relief they desperately need. And the first one might surprise you, because it's plain white and often overlooked at the grocery store. Cauliflower. At first glance, it doesn't look like much, just a plain white vegetable sitting quietly on the grocery shelf. It's not as flashy as spinach or as colorful as beets. But don't be fooled. For people with kidney problems, cauliflower is one of the quiet heroes that can actually make a big difference. I once had a patient who missed mashed potatoes so badly that he almost gave up on his diet. When we swapped in mashed cauliflower, not only did he feel satisfied, but his potassium levels finally started to come down. Here's the science. Cauliflower is naturally low in potassium and oxalates, making it gentle on weakened kidneys. Unlike potatoes or spinach, it doesn't overload your body with minerals your kidneys can't process. 1 cup of cauliflower has only about 320 milligrams of potassium, less than half of what you'd get from the same serving of potatoes. That difference matters when your kidneys are already struggling. Cauliflower also delivers fiber, vitamin C, and compounds that fight inflammation. And since inflammation is a hidden enemy for kidney patients, every serving helps give your body a much-needed break. But what makes cauliflower even more powerful is how versatile it is. Steam and mash it, and you've got a kidney-safe version of mashed potatoes. Roast it in the oven with olive oil and garlic, and it turns golden, crispy, and nutty in flavor. It can slide into soups, stir-fries, or even rice alternatives, proving that eating kidney-friendly doesn't have to mean eating bland. So when you choose cauliflower, you're not just avoiding harm, you're actively giving your kidneys relief and protection. It's simple, affordable, and widely available, making it one of the smartest swaps you can make today. But cauliflower is only the beginning, because the next vegetable brings vibrant color, powerful antioxidants, and a surprising shield against oxidative stress that silently eats away at kidney health. Red bell peppers. Bright, crisp, and sweet, they don't just make your plate look beautiful, they also happen to be one of the safest vegetables for your kidneys. I remember a woman in her 60s who came to me frustrated because every diet plan she found seemed to ban her favorite foods. When I told her red bell peppers were not only safe but encouraged her, relief was written all over her face. She started adding them to her salad, soups, and stir-fries, and her energy noticeably improved within weeks. Here's why they work so well. Red bell peppers are naturally low in potassium, only about 200 milligrams per cup. Compare that to spinach or potatoes, which can carry 4 to 5 times that amount. That means you can enjoy them freely without the constant worry of tipping your potassium levels over the safe limit. But that's not all. Red bell peppers are packed with vitamin C, which supports tissue repair and immune strength, and rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene and lycopene. These compounds act like tiny bodyguards, protecting your kidneys and blood vessels from oxidative stress, a hidden enemy that quietly wears down kidney function over time. And let's not forget the versatility. Eat them raw for a crunchy snack, roast them for a smoky sweetness, or saute them quickly with garlic for a vibrant side dish. Unlike many other vegetables, they don't require special preparation or soaking to be safe for kidney patients. They're ready to go, affordable and available almost everywhere. Choosing red bell peppers is like saying yes to both health and flavor. They give you color, crunch, and peace of mind all in one bite. But as powerful as they are, there's another vegetable that doesn't just add flavor to your meals. It's been called nature's medicine for centuries, and it can directly calm inflammation and even help control blood pressure. Garlic. Tiny, simple, often just a clove tucked into your kitchen basket. Yet for kidney patients, it can be nothing short of powerful medicine. I once worked with a man in his 70s who had nearly given up on cooking because he thought flavor meant danger. When I showed him how garlic could transform his meals without stressing his kidneys, he lit up. Soon his dishes were full of flavor again, And for the first time in years, he said eating felt joyful instead of restrictive. Here's why garlic deserves a place on your plate. Unlike potatoes or spinach, it's naturally low in potassium and phosphorus, making it gentle for weakened kidneys. But its real magic lies in its sulfur compounds, especially allicin. These compounds fight inflammation, kill harmful bacteria, and even help lower blood pressure. And since high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney damage, every clove of garlic can be like a tiny shield, protecting your kidneys from further harm. Science backs this up. Studies have shown garlic extract can reduce oxidative stress, improve vascular health, and support overall kidney function. There's even a simple trick to unlock more benefits. After chopping or crushing garlic, let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes before cooking. That short pause allows the allicin to fully develop, turning each clove into a stronger natural medicine. It's a small habit, but one that can deliver powerful protection over time. With garlic, you get more than flavor, you get peace of mind knowing that every bite is helping your kidneys rather than harming them. But flavor and protection don't end here, because the next vegetable might surprise you. It's cheap, humble, and often overlooked, yet it contains compounds that flip on your body's natural defense systems, like a switch giving your kidneys extra armor against daily stress. Cabbage. Ordinary, humble, even overlooked on the grocery shelf, yet for people with kidney problems, this simple vegetable can be a quiet lifesaver. I remember a woman in her late 60s who told me, "Doctor, eating feels like punishment now. Everything I love is off the list." When we introduced cabbage into her diet, something changed. Not only did she feel less restricted, but her meals became comforting again. Soups, stir-fries, and salads she could actually look forward to. Here's why cabbage is so kidney-friendly. It's naturally low in potassium, so it won't overload fragile kidneys. 1 cup of shredded cabbage contains barely 150 milligrams, safe for most patients who need to stay under 2,000 milligrams a day. But cabbage offers more than just safety. It's rich in vitamin K, vitamin C, and fiber, all of which support your immune system, gut health, and overall well-being. Even more exciting, cabbage contains sulforaphane, a natural compound that activates your body's own defense systems. Think of it as flipping on an internal switch that helps cells resist stress and damage. For kidneys already under pressure, that extra shield can make a real difference over time. And the best part, cabbage is affordable and versatile. You don't need exotic superfoods or pricey supplements when a simple head of cabbage can deliver so much. Add it to soups for warmth, stir-fry it with garlic for flavor, or enjoy it raw in coleslaw for crunch. It proves that kidney-friendly food doesn't have to be boring. It can be simple, satisfying, and healing at the same time. But as powerful as cabbage is, there's still one more vegetable that completes the list, and it might surprise you. It's light, refreshing, packed with water, and almost feels more like hydration than food, making it the perfect ally for kidneys that desperately need relief. Cucumbers and zucchini. They may not look impressive plain, light, almost too simple compared to the colorful produce around them. But sometimes simplicity is exactly what struggling kidneys need. I think of a patient who once told me, "Doctor, I feel like everything I eat is heavy on my body." When we swapped in cucumbers and zucchini, she was amazed. Her meals felt lighter, her digestion improved, and she finally felt like food was helping, not hurting. Here's why these vegetables are so valuable. Both cucumbers and zucchini are naturally low in potassium, which makes them safe for weakened kidneys. 1 cup of sliced cucumber has only about 150 milligrams of potassium, and zucchini comes in around 200 milligrams. That's a fraction of what you get from potatoes or spinach. On top of that, they're loaded with water, over 90% of their weight. For kidneys, that hydration is a blessing. It helps flush out waste more smoothly and reduces the burden on organs already working overtime. And let's not forget versatility. Slice cucumbers fresh into salads, infuse them in water for a refreshing drink, or cook zucchini into soup, sautés, or even grilled side dishes. They soak up flavor beautifully and pair with almost any meal. Most importantly, they give you that sense of fullness and satisfaction without the hidden dangers of high potassium or oxalates. For people with kidney issues, that combination, safe, hydrating, and versatile, makes them priceless. So when you choose cucumbers and zucchini, you're choosing not just food, but support, hydration, protection, and relief wrapped in something refreshingly simple. But this list isn't just about naming vegetables. It's about understanding how every bite shapes your future health. And in just a moment, I'll bring everything together: what to avoid, what to embrace, and the one change that could be the turning point for your kidneys in your life. Protecting your kidneys doesn't happen overnight, but every small step you take today can make tomorrow stronger. Even swapping out just one harmful vegetable for a safer one is a victory worth celebrating. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency, about giving your kidneys less stress and more support with every meal. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to save it so you can come back whenever you're planning your meals. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I'll continue sharing the latest medical insights, practical tips, and clear guidance to help you and your loved ones protect kidney health for years to come. No matter where you are on this journey, know this: you are not alone and change is possible. Your kidneys may be silent, but the choices you make give them a voice, a chance to heal, and a future that doesn't have to be defined by fear or dialysis. Stay hopeful, stay consistent, and together we'll keep building the healthy, vibrant life you deserve.